$50 donation from Bowler Captain. Stayed up to donate during one of my favorite speedruns to Inertia. Here's hoping to see low dashes percent at this marathon one day. And shout out to Malachite and the runner mid-boss. Keep it up, both of you.
I went to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. The schedule said this was at 5:50. I don't know. They were literally good. I went to sleep 4 hours ago. I left at 5:30. Right. They said it was on 5:50. And then I woke up like rolling out of bed, rolling downstairs. As soon as I got done finishing the sketch, I was like, did I expect to be later? It was like 5:25. What the heck?
We have a $5 donation from Anonymous. Love what you guys do. Good luck. An update on some of those donations incentives coming up. We have only $4,523.02 out of $5,000 for the Aladdin 100% run. That's a good one, don't want to miss it. And the bonus game, Donkey Kong Country 1 Reverse Boss Order, is $10,373.41 out of the $20,000 to go. So just about 52% there. And again, the Otacon versus Meryl bidding war is still going on. $1,116 for Otacon and $896 for Meryl. We also have Sumichi sings Snake Eater during Metal Gear Solid 3, which is at $4,474.21 out of $7,500. Got a ways to go on that one. Word from Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle sells games, ebooks, and other digital content through Pay What You Want bundle promotions, the Humble Store, and the Humble Monthly curated subscription service. Customers can choose how their payment is divided between content creators, charity, and the Humble Bundle. They've raised over $115 million for charities across the world since 2010. Go to www.humblebundle.com. Have a $30 donation from It's Raining Books. I caught an odd spot on my mother's back a few months back that turned out to be skin cancer. If it wasn't for cancer being on my mind from watching AGDQ, we may not have caught it in time. I'm glad to hear that you were able to find that. All right, and we have Waveland coming up with Stllr.
I'm almost visible. We are now visible.
All right, sweet. Hi, my name is Stllr. This is Waveland. It's a pretty fun game. I really enjoy it, and it's fast. And don't worry if your eyes unfocused, because it's early in the morning. This game still looks cool, even if you're not fully focused on it. So, yep, I'm ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. So Waveland's kind of an interesting game. As far as I'm aware, it was built off of putting wave dashing from Melee in a platformer and building the entire game around that. Am I correct on that?
Yes, it was. I'm actually the developer of the game. But yeah, so it's kind of inspired by wave dashing from Melee. I thought it'd be really cool to make like an IL speedrunning game with wave dashing.
And now there is, this is not the first time that a developer has couched a game live at AGDQ, but it is the first time an entire dev team has couched a game live at GDQ. The whole two of you.
Yeah.
The 99% and the 1%.
Hey, my name's in the credits at least.
That's it 3 times.
It is.
The most of anyone.
But yeah, a lot of this game is just what the mechanic it was based around. It's just jumping and dashing diagonally into the ground as fast as you can. If you dash off a ledge, you go even faster. There are 2 particle effects you can get off a ledge dash, one that lets you go pretty fast and one that lets you go really fast. So until we unlock more abilities, I'm going to be doing that as much as I can.
Ooh, abilities. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Ooh, sorry.
But yeah, ledge dashing is really good in the beginning of the game before you can do shine boosting.
Shine boosting is nuts. Like I've played this game for like 8 some odd months now, and I'm still not fully over how amazing this one movement tech is. It's so fast.
Yeah. So here we are in the first hub world. It's going to be entering the first level. So the goal in each level is to beat the level before the shard timer runs out, so you can collect the shard. And, you know, that's the first level, no problem. And it looks kind of weird there. He actually quit out of the game to skip the shard collected cutscene, so he's going to be doing that with every level.
Yeah, we found out, I think it was in September or October, that you can reset the game, or reset the level during the ending cinematic, and that saves 2 seconds per level. So
2 seconds times 36. What's that?
it's like,
You save a minute or 2.
yeah.
Yeah. Might even be more than 2 seconds.
It might be.
Yeah, because I feel like it was definitely a 2-minute time save.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes overall on the whole of the game, and in a half an hour speed run, 2 minutes is a decent bit.
Definitely.
A lot more people hit sub 30 after it was discovered, which was really nice.
So you kind of do the levels out of order in the first world here. You're actually going to do that in most worlds, but
Yeah.
it's faster for hub world movement.
A lot of the hub worlds, it's just fastest to go around them in a circle.
Yeah.
And the levels are not necessarily arranged in that circle, like in order of numbers, so we just kind of
Yeah.
do them out of order.
And also it kind of made each level so that it's like not really a big deal if you don't play them in order.
yeah.
I like that even though it's an IL game, you know, they still have a ton of routes and stuff for all of the hub
Yeah.
world
I
movement.
definitely considered full game speedruns when developing it, but aisles were like kind of the primary focus.
So this stage is a little different, right? Do you want to explain to them
Yeah,
the
so
mechanics on this?
normally you just have to get to the end of the level, but this level's special. You have to collect 5 different things around the map before you can actually finish the level. So he's going to be doing that here. Each world has one of these levels. It's kind of like the boss level.
Yeah, good pace for around here is just about 4 minutes or less. So
Alright, he's going to be going into the last level of World 1 here, which is actually the second level.
yeah, 1-2 is the last level in the world. All the other worlds are done in order, or all the other levels in this world. Sorry.
So the dash he's doing actually makes you invincible, and so you can use that to sometimes get through saws, and it has a lot of weird niche uses.
But it's really cool. The fact that it gives you invincibility, it changes so many things. Like you can do so many little things here and there to just like cut corners on like hitboxes.
Yeah. So now that he's opened the portal in World 1, he's going to be entering First Nightmare.
Now you said the dash 6s were the level boss, but I think these levels are the level boss.
True. He's avoiding invisible spikes currently, but because they're invisible, you wouldn't know that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that first level took me probably like 20-30 minutes to beat the first time I played this game because there are so many spikes everywhere.
So the level is filled with invisible spikes, but every time you die, you kind of like leave behind a trail of light that reveals them next time you come through.
Also, the flowers reveal, like when you pass through a flower, it lights up, and
Yeah. There are many ways to reveal the spikes.
but they're invisible until they're revealed.
So
So
you
you-
just got a power up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can watch me do it right now. It's a wall jump. It basically lets me wave dash up walls, kind
Yep.
of.
It's like instead of a normal wall jump or a melee style wall jump, you just wave dash up walls. It's pretty mean.
It feels really natural, though.
Yeah, definitely. It felt better in development to do that than like a normal wall jump. So it kind of ended up doing that.
World 2 is really fun because it was basically built around giving you opportunities to use wall jump.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of a tree-themed world, very vertical level design to teach the player how to use wall jump.
Some real hard levels in this world, though. Like this,
Definitely.
I tried to go for an early cycle, but I fat-fingered it, so I didn't get it.
This was actually the soundtrack in this world was one of the only songs, actually I think the only song in this game that I made just as music, and then retrofitted it to the game.
Huh, interesting.
Everything else was made for the game.
I
except
actually
for this
didn't know
song.
that.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like
That's
very
why we always
different.
say that Tree Drops is a certified banger, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it
certified banger.
definitely is a banger. The music in this game is actually really nice.
Yeah, I really like producing. It's super fun.
Yeah. Now, 2-4 is actually the rookie killer.
Oh yeah, this level is brutal, especially if you take the bottom path.
I'm going to be trying it, but let's see how
Yeah, let's
bad
see it.
the
You got it.
spaghetti gets to me.
The spaghetti. You got it here. Nice. One more. Excellent, dude.
Nice.
Nice. That was sick.
Those black dashes are hard. This is gonna damage boost right there. Refreshes your dash. Kinda skips a climb.
Yeah, there's a British player named Koisoy who did it for like months and nobody noticed. And then somebody watched one of his any percent runs and we were just like, wait, what? You've been doing that? And he's like, yeah. But he never talked, so we never knew.
Shoutouts to Koisoy.
There's so many cool runners to this game. Everybody's left their own like little mark on it in some way.
Oh, definitely. So many personalities.
Yeah. Like everybody in this game has like their own like really interesting like I don't know, like way of thinking, I guess.
I totally see that.
Yeah.
The Discord's like a really cool, chill, happy place. I'm really glad that the community's developed that way.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. There's not that many people, but we have like shattered this game.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys were breaking it on the first day.
Dude, that's Smash players for you.
Yeah, the second nightmare, I'm actually pretty sure is the hardest one in the whole game. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
can
don't
see
know
that.
why. It's just really, the spikes are really brutal. And I'm gonna try skip.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm really happy I got that. It's not, it doesn't look as hard as it is, and it's really easy to mess up. And I just didn't die to a single invisible spike.
yeah.
So
we
that's
don't even
pretty
get to see the
sweet.
spikes.
So an interesting thing about the way that he did that skip, if you dash off of the ledge and like you carry the dash all the way through, it gives you sort of a double jump in the air. And so that is a strat that comes in handy on a lot of different runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, you can do a lot of things with the fact that you can delay your jump because you don't actually use it. Like the game's just like, oh, hey, you haven't used your jump. Let me put a little arrow at the bottom to show you still have it, and you can use it whenever. And so we do that a lot in really interesting
Dude,
ways.
nice. You skipped the coin.
skips the
Low
coin.
percent. Low percent. But yeah, you actually don't have a double jump in this game. So the only way you can jump in the air is if you ledge dash. And you'll see, obviously, he completed that world and got the shine, so it has a lot of uses. Some of them are like destroying blocks or reflecting projectiles, but mostly the fact that it resets your vertical momentum. So
And
you
it
can use
also
to stall.
it also carries your horizontal momentum.
Yep.
So if you use a dash, which stops you completely when it finishes, but use a shine to interrupt like the momentum that it takes away from you, I guess, you can just kind of stay at a really high speed the whole time. And that's shine boosting. I'm using it a lot. Whenever you see me just like boost forward, then it's pretty much that.
Yeah, the only downside to shine boosting is that it uses your dash, and also like you don't have a jump, and it kind of kills your horizontal or vertical speed.
Yeah, you've
So-
definitely got to pick your times.
Yeah, usually use it on like flat areas.
Because there's two ways to get 6 speed in this game, really. One of them is using all of your resources, and the other one is ledge dashing, which gives you all of them back.
Yeah, but ledge dashing is hard and context sensitive, so
Yes.
it's kind of a balance between the two ways of achieving the highest possible speed. Now that
Nice.
right there is a really cool ledge dash. If you dash on the ground and then the block blows up, it puts you in ledge dash state, so you can get a double jump there.
Yeah, you can ledge dash off of ledges that aren't there. It's really cool.
What do we call that? Phantom ledge dashing. We need to make something up for it. Fall canceling.
Oh, come on. It's always something. It's
That-
always something.
That part is so brutal. I would totally change that part if I remade this game.
This level is actually really brutal. I was so surprised that I did the first part without
Yeah,
dying.
the top path is a lot less just blank space.
But the bottom path is like really hard, and there's no checkpoint, so it's
Yeah.
really like
It's
if you
really
mess
punishing. You gonna get the turret manipulation here?
it up. Oh,
that was
barely.
Really close.
The way that turrets work is that they like put a laser on you when they're targeting you, and if you go away before they've targeted you for too long, then they don't shoot you. So you can kind of use that to control where they shoot stuff and change how they hit certain blocks.
Yeah, they'll actually destroy those kind of metal gates.
Also, that was a really cool pivot that I did.
Yeah,
I can't believe I got that.
Dude, pivots look so swag.
So the third nightmare is a bit different than the other ones that we've seen so far.
True. It's kind of a surprise for like people who go into this game blind. It's really
It threw me off real
Yeah.
hard. Okay, so now that I've gotten the key, I don't actually have to worry about anything because the key just auto-paths to this door and he's gonna chase me the whole time. But flowers stop him.
yeah, that's what we call Richie.
Richie Chase. He chases you and he's pretty annoying.
There used to be a glitch where he could get through that last wall, and he would, if he touched you while you were collecting the gem, he would just crash your entire game because the gem was trying to find you and you were gone.
Yeah. That was actually really annoying to fix.
That's really funny. I
I
had
tried
no
like
idea.
2 things, it just like didn't work. I was like, what? So that gym actually doesn't give you any new powers. After you get Shine, you have like your full loadout, and the worlds after this are like tests. And it just gets progressively more complicated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you don't even need to do them in the exact order, right?
Yeah,
can
after
do-
you're done
yeah.
World 2, you can do anything except World 6. World 6 has to be the last world.
Yep.
So this level, it used to be my favorite level. And then somebody came along and was like, what if we just didn't do it anymore? So
Yeah.
now we jump over the entire level. Thank you, Swisha. I think this skip's really cool. As much as I joke about it. Oh, I got all of them. Oh my
Nice.
goodness. As much as I joke about how this level is ruined now, I do think that's a really cool
Yeah.
skip. Did you know that was in the game?
Actually, yes.
Did you?
Yes. So I hinted about it on Twitter. I don't know if you remember that. Somebody was like, what is this guy talking about? And I think it was Kaz, probably.
Yeah, it was probably cause.
It seems like a Kaz thing. Oh, you haven't played Dark Worlds yet, but you're in for a surprise when you try to do that in the Dark Worlds.
Oh yeah, I've heard. So the new levels, I don't even know what to imagine they're like.
Yeah. About 2 weeks ago, I put out an update that adds like 30 new levels, or remixes like 30 new levels. So it's
basically-
Stllr hasn't played it yet because he's been practicing really hard for this.
He basically just added more saw blades from what I could tell. Pretty lazy dev, if you ask me.
Yeah, dude. Merry Christmas.
If you have any donations, now might be a decent time for them.
I was actually just going to ask. We have a $200 donation from Jabber.
Wow.
Holy crap!
Hey Stllr, Jabber here. So glad to see my boy at GDQ. Good luck, man. And I told you I would throw all my money at you, but this towards Stllr's choice.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to hear from you. Actually, I was wondering. But yeah, runner's choice in this run is pet the dog in Hyperlight Drifter, which is the most important incentive.
Obviously.
Gotta pet that dog.
More dogs, the better.
This is one of my favorite levels in the game.
This level is actually. Oh, jeez, come on. That checkpoint's really cool.
Yeah, it's a nice guy.
Homie checkpoint.
Here's another example of ledge dashing off of disappearing blocks. Ooh,
Nice.
Nice save.
definitely almost a tragic event.
So why don't you talk a little bit about like the lore and the idea behind? Because I know that this game, you know, we go through it pretty quick, and it doesn't say a whole lot about what it is. But we've been calling the portals and stuff nightmares.
Yeah, there's kind of a story going on. It has some like adventure game elements with it, you know, just being like an IL speedrunning game. It's kind of up for interpretation, but there's things you can read around the world and some secret stuff that might give you some insight into the. Are you gonna say it, Stllr?
No, I'm just laughing because you're being as vague as possible about
Okay.
the lore.
Can't reveal the
Kyle,
secret.
you can't ask me about the lore.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
How could something so destructive
Bring life to the trees. I don't. So that's written on a tombstone somewhere in World 2, and I don't know why, but one day we all just started saying it because it sounded like one of those surreal memes, and it's just, I don't. It's,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It's a good meme.
It is a good meme.
It's a good meme.
Also, I'm gonna try something pretty weird here, but let's see if I get it. Oh, whoa, I was too low. Okay, I was trying to Waveland ledge dash off of that platform, which is nuts.
Yeah, especially from that jump.
But I messed it up, so it's fine. Now, this is the only world that we don't warp back to Sanctuary from. I don't know if you've noticed, but you can warp from portal to portal if you've already completed a level in the world that you want to warp to. But it's just way faster to just go down instead of going back to Sanctuary and walking all the way back.
At the portals, you can also spend. We passed by a coin earlier. There's coins in all of the levels that you can use to upgrade the cosmetics on your little box guy there.
Yeah, you can change like the colors, the particle trail, the shape in the middle.
So here we are in World 5. This is going to be the last gemmed world.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's pretty, this is the first world that really makes the shard timer like pretty strict on a casual playthrough. As well as like the S rank times.
This is actually probably the hardest world for S ranks in general, like harder than World 6.
I could see that.
Except 6-4. 6-4 is on another level.
I always thought 6-1 was surprisingly hard to S rank for having literally no hazards.
I mean, I can see that, but oh jeez. Yeah, if you're not going fast enough, then you don't hit the shard from the bottom. But yeah, there was a period of like I think 2 months after the game came out where the top 10 times on the leaderboard were not even all S ranks.
Yeah.
This level is all wall jumping. I like it though. It's really cool. It's
Yeah,
definitely
some people
like-
love it or hate it, you know. At least it's short.
That's one way to put it. If you hate it, it's over.
Yeah.
Took me forever to beat that level.
He just beat it in like 7 seconds.
I know. I'm bad at this game. I used to have a leaderboard score, but that was when we were still doing beta testing for how the leaderboards worked.
This level was actually ooh, checkpoint. Nice.
You got the checkpoint though.
And that was what the nerf was.
Yep, was added. That's funny. Yeah. Somebody was complaining about this level being too hard, so I put a checkpoint there and increased the shard timer. So now it actually has the longest shard timer in the game.
Really, it's longer than 6-6. Oh, what the heck?
Actually, sorry, it's not longer than 6-6, but the difference between C and B rank is the longest. Because I didn't change the other ranks. I just increased the last rank.
Just made C longer.
Yeah,
Push it
just
all
made
forward.
C longer.
Ooh. I definitely. Oh no. Oh no.
Windows game bar.
I think
Why?
I pressed the middle button on my Xbox controller, and it was like, hey. But you know what though? It's better than on my old computer. It used to open up Steam Big Picture, which would have been way
that would have
worse.
been real bad. That thing's so slow, man.
I mean, it's so cool when you open it though.
It is really cool. It's like
Makes me feel like I'm in the future.
that's what Valve wants you to feel.
True. So we're coming up on the most skipped level in the game.
Oh yeah.
Originally, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through a little, I want to call it almost like a narrow tunnel that like winds up and then back down to get a key. But it was found out that you could just wall jump and then dash up to get the key instead. And then it was found out that you could just skip the whole door. So
Now you don't even need the key.
yeah.
Was this an intended skip?
No. The key skip was. But yeah, so he just went under the door there.
Yep.
He's done it.
So coming up, we have the final world. And basically, the reason we've been collecting the gems is so that we can power a machine that takes us to the sky. Because our box cannot jump up to the sky. He's not
that good.
No. But the first level in World 6 is infamous for one specific thing, and I am going to need complete silence when I try to go for it.
You got it, man.
I'm going to try.
I believe.
Here it is. Close, man.
So this platform that I just left kind of looks like Oklahoma, and you can jump from the initial platform right onto the far left thing, like right on the panhandle, and it skips like 3 seconds. I got the ending skip though.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice tunnel skip.
So the
explain.
IL record for that level has Oklahoma skip, but none of the actual full game speedruns have got Oklahoma skip within the run.
Yeah, there is not a single run on speedrun.com right now of the whole game that uses that skip. That was really low.
So this last world is pretty like difficult relative to the others. It's definitely like the final test of the game. And the hub world's pretty straightforward. It's just like these are your final challenges.
Yeah, go through the boss rush. But yeah, the only level in this world that I think hasn't killed a run of mine is 6-2. So
Nice.
Even though I know what these levels look like, it always makes me so nervous when he drops so far.
you just wonder if I'm gonna remember to jump in time.
Right. Is he gonna get the input?
So this is 6-4.
Jank.
Jank. It's really difficult. Oh no! It's even worse when I technical flub. Nice. See if I can ledge dash this time. There we go.
I like that technical flub. It's like really professional.
Yeah, because the first word's really important and the second word is just really basic.
Nice.
Nice.
If you die once, there is a good chance you're not going to be able to get the shard.
Yep. It's like the game gives you checkpoints, but then it's like, oh, if I die, I can't even complete the level. So why?
This is also a really hard level. There was a person named Clever Pigeon that didn't do very much for this game before they left, but they came and they destroyed 6-5 and then they left. So shoutouts to you, Clever Pigeon. Also, I don't think I actually mentioned it, but the person that broke 5N the most was Fishy. Another really good. I think Fishy's the current world record holder, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Koisoi beat it this morning. He knows no bounds.
He's always kind of just like, he'll come from the shadows. Fishy actually plays on keyboard, so that means he uses locked angles. He can only dash in 8 directions, whereas when you're on controller, you can dash in like
All of them.
near infinity. But so very different at the highest level, but kind of at a casual level doesn't really change much.
Yeah. It's actually really cool that locked and unlocked angles are like about, like there's not nearly enough of a difference that one of them is way better than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of end up giving you 2 different play styles.
And it's funny, like people say that unlocked is better, and like in theory it probably is, but as I just said, the current world record holder uses locked. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You developed the entire game on keyboard mostly, right?
yeah, I don't use controller. But at the end of the development, I was just like, all right, I'll add unlocked angles.
You have to rewrite a decent bit of code for
Yeah,
that.
no,
though,
in the
didn't
whole
you?
game, like all the levels were not designed for it. So like most of the cool skips, because of that.
Oh, really?
That's why, yeah.
Huh. So this is the final boss. There are 2 phases to the final boss. This is the first one. He chases you, and because I know how to shine boost, he's not going to be very close.
It's just not going to be on screen.
Yeah. But he's going to be shooting projectiles, and if I get hit by 3 projectiles, then I die. So even if he's not on screen, he's still a threat.
Right, but you can dash through them or you can shine them back.
That's true. Although you can't kill the boss in the first phase by shining the bullets back. I did try this. So time is coming up pretty quick here. There will be a health bar that appears, and when it hits 0, that is when time is. Oh. Don't go up. Time.
All right.
Nice,
Sub
dude.
7.
26.
Really? I got a 26?
Yeah.
What was my final time?
26:53.
Nice. We'll definitely accept that. But yeah, that was Waveland.
And now we just drift through the void, contemplating our decisions.
But yeah, a bunch of new... If you're interested at all in speedrunning this game, a bunch of new levels just came out, and we have to route all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a Discord link on the subreddit, which is just our Waveland, and it's also on the speedrun.com forums. So I'd recommend you check that out.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching me play Waveland.
Another great run. A lot of donation comments. $30 from Kyle